Oh my God! Wait!
Jesus Christ!
Help! Skeleton's been attacked! Do something! Help! Quickly, everyone! Get your asses here!
Hey! And loose!
Enough! Enough!
Halt you! Who's in there?
They're turning tail! No better, eh? Quickly! We're closing the gate!
Someone give him a drink. And bring hot wine and bandages. Tell me, boy, who are you and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Skalitz. They burned it to the ground. Slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the
A
ground?
huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armor like it or heard their language. Maybe Tatars?
Tartars, you say? Yeah. Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours.
I don't know.
Grit your teeth, boy. I'm gonna pull that arrow out.
Tatarzy.
Easy. All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone. It only needed bandaging, and I've done that often enough before. War is a good teacher. Can you stand? There you go. Good as new.
Thank you.
If you idlers nothing better to do, get back to work. You'll have to speak to Lord Divish. Can you manage?
No, sporo się podziało. Jesteśmy w innym miejscu już.
Sir, this is a survivor from...
I heard, Robart. Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns of the attackers? And were there any more survivors?
So, I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalitz. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalitz to the ground. But a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I wasn't quick enough. And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It said they came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the core of his army. Sacking Gutenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Skalitz is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robart. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe. What's your name, boy?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle? I'm sorry. It's in God's hands now. No one else can help us. Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us. Robard, take care of Henry. Make sure he gets something to eat and some rest.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir.
No, mega nas przyjęli, nie? Ojej. Ciekawe, co z tą Teresą w sumie. Gra została zapisana. Porozmawiaj z Bożkiem. No, nie mamy wytrzymałości. I gdzie my jesteśmy? Jesteśmy tu. Talmberg. Coś takiego. Tu jest ta równa. Ej, ale to będzie się całe odkrywało? Mega sztos. Przepiękne, nie? No dobra. No to zaczynamy nowe życie, nie? Teraz wiem, że będę musiał się najeść i to bardzo. Teraz wiem, że nie wiadomo, co mnie czeka i warto plądrować te wszystkie rzeczy, bo ja w sumie mogłem tam bardzo dużo ogarnąć. O, tu są jakieś precle. Pan dziwisz. Tu są jakieś... Jesteś na terenie prywatnym. Jeśli znajdziesz się tam, gdzie nie powinieneś, ludzie, nim wezmą straż, najpierw cię ostrzegną. Jeśli nie zostaniesz nakryty w strzeżonym miejscu, od razu trafisz do aresztu. Okej. Od razu do aresztu? No to miło. A tu jest włamywanie trudne. To nie chcemy. O, i tu jestem w takim. To gdzie ja mam teraz przejść? Normalnie tu gdzieś na górę? O, są jakieś precle. Ciekawe, gdzie my mamy jakieś spanko. Włamywanie trudne. Dobra, porozmawiaj z Bożkiem, tak? Dobra, zaraz mi się będzie w głowie przewracać. Bożek, tu jest w ogóle jakiś właśnie hotelik, łóżko. Trzeba to wszystko zbadać. Jesteś na terenie prywatnym. Włamywanie trudne. Ale jaja. Dobra, pójdziemy sobie na dół. To jest taka imersja, wam powiem, tylko no wiadomo, że na razie jesteśmy mega zagubieni. Ale to normalne. Nie widzieliście mnie. Jesteśmy mega zagubieni. To wiecie co? To może bym sobie jakieś jabłko wrzucił, bo mamy strawę 14, retorykę i charyzmę. Właśnie jak jesteśmy głodni, to nam spadają te staty, nie? Dobra, zjedz to. 16. A co to by było takie... O, bandaż. Jadło. Bułka. O, zupa z soczewicy. Energia, zdrowie. No to tu nam niewiele da. A tu jest strawa, nie? Energia. Odżywczość. 8. No to dobra, to dawaj bułę. I tą zupę. No ogólnie w tej pierwszej bazie bardzo mało wziąłem rzeczy. I to jest problem, ale... Skąd ja miałem wiedzieć, że tu... Jakaś napaść będzie od razu. Tyle to tam wiedziałem, że będzie, ale nie, że od razu w pierwszej godzinie.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach.
A, czyli jednak.
I heard about your father. They say he was a swordsmith who moved to the countryside to make horseshoes. I can't understand why he'd waste his talents.
My wszystko oczywiście na własną rękę.
He had a fine reputation. It's a great loss.
O, nie no, wielka strata, bo tam były mega ciekawe... Sobie zjemy. Ciekawe wątki poruszali, fajnie się rozmawiało. No to lipa. Inwentarz, ale ja nie mam co zjeść. Jabłko tylko. Chociaż tam coś. A może on mnie tu prowadzi do tego precla? Kurde, ciężko powiedzieć. A, tutaj.
Ah, milady. You are fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bojana here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, man.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
Ciekawe, czy to ręcznie muszę zdejmować? Ale kurczę, ja już się oczywiście najadłem. O, im dłużej doskwiera ci głód, tym stajesz się słabszy i możesz nawet umrzeć. Różne typy jedzenia mają różne właściwości. Jabłko nie nasyci tak jak pieczona kaczka, ale dłużej pozostanie świeże. Niektóre potrawy będą też skuteczniej leczyć, tak? Soczewica. Pieczona kaczka. O, ja cię kręcę. Dobra, no teraz dostajemy wreszcie jedzenie, więc w sumie to, co było, to było bardzo mało. A w inwentarzu mam bardzo dużo miejsca. O, kręci mi się w głowie, też super. Dobra, serka troszkę. Będzie na parę dni. Na sprzedaż. Czyli tak, musimy się po prostu najeść i... A, czyli te pozostają świeże. To najlepiej sobie zjadać te, które są takie ugotowane, nie? Czyli na przykład zupę. Włamywanie to nie. Wieśniaczka. O, chlebek. A, ukradnij to jest. To już mogę ukraść, to już nie. Ale co się stało, spadek reputacji? O co im chodzi? Może jestem brudny i głodny? Dobra. To chyba tyle. Jadło. Co my tu mamy? Energia minus 3, taki ser. Świeżość 100%, tu mamy 99. Energię nam zabiera. Ale hardcore. 26. Dawaj pieczoną. Dobra, strawę już mamy prawie ogarniętą. To jeszcze jeden serek. Dobra, to już mamy na 59, czyli powyżej tam 50 jest głód, nie? Ale energii mamy mało, no ale to się teraz położymy, będzie ok. Co ty robisz, chłopie? Aha, jeszcze mogę jeść z garnka? Dobra, spoko. Najpierw chyba muszę wrzucić do garnka, nie? O, tu jest winko. Dobra, czy na pewno wszystko wziąłem? Aha, bo mu się spać chce, nie? Ja ci kręcę, dobre. Dobra, mu się spać chce. No to chyba tyle. Co tu jest? Tu jest w ogóle spanko. Nie, to my chcemy lepsze. Tu jest gdzieś w tym miejscu. No, tu jest gdzieś spanko nasze. Albo tam na dziedzińcu. No, chwilę trzeba tutaj... Kurde, on zasypia, chłop. Chwilę trzeba tutaj właśnie, żeby ogarnąć, jakie systemy są tego świata. Tak jak w Red Deadzie troszkę, nie? Ja sobie tu posprawdzam wszystko. Kurde, on się zaraz wywróci. Nie, dobra, tutaj nic nie ma. Bo też jakieś zasoby, nie? By się przydały. O, jaka baszta. Fajne. Na terenie prywatnym. O nie, spadłem. To tu chyba wychodzimy w tym samym miejscu. Tak, to tu jest taki skrócik, fajnie. Dobra, gdzie jest nasze posłanie? Chyba tutaj w tym budyneczku, co? Gdzieś tutaj. Tak, powinno być tu. To. Tak, kiedy odczuwasz zmęczenie, twoja wytrzymałość i elokwencja stopniowo obniżają się. A elokwencja? Rozwiązaniem jest sen. Znajdź wolne posłanie, które rozpoznasz dzięki ikonce łóżka na kompasie. To jest nasze posłanie. Usiądź na nim, włącz spanko. Dobra, dawaj. Dawaj spanko. A tu jak siedzimy, to jest taki plus do czytania jakiegoś, nie? Czyli można coś czytać. Dobra, śpi. Śpi, Henryczku. Aha, i teraz godzina. Mamy tak. A, i tutaj też regenerujemy. A nie, bo tracimy tą strawę. Dobra, mam 80, czyli tracimy, regenerujemy energię, tracimy strawę, czyli robi się głodny. No to trzeba tak... A, efekt komfort 50. Tutaj byśmy mieli energię fajnie zrobioną, ale strawę no, znowu bym musiał coś zjeść. Dobra, to do tej. Fajne i nawet tutaj spanko, nie? Trzeba ogarnąć.
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood? Yes, sir.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady, no, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you, but I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world, although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
No to taka przebrana matka się robi. Z tej pani. Po prostu nie mogę o tym mówić? Nie, opowiedz historię najazdu, pewnie.
You might be right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands.
O, co jest grane? Pani Szczepanka. Poszedłem odebrać dług.
A fellow by the name of Kunish owed money to father, who sent me to collect it from him. Only Kunish had no intention of paying. It got a bit heated, as often happens when there's money involved, but Kunish still wouldn't cough up the coin. Father was too generous for his own good, letting even a scoundrel like that buy on credit.
Oh.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzig.
No my właśnie mamy cały czas ten miecz, nie? O.
I'd been secretly learning sword fighting and hiding it from my parents. So when we assembled the sword, I tried a few moves with it. There's a big difference between a wooden sword and a real one. Maybe if I hadn't taken that sword in my hand, I wouldn't be here today.
You're full of surprises.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town.
Mega. Pani Szczepanka ma 8. Dobra, spróbujemy to.
I saw smoke on the horizon from a village Sigismund pillaged on the way to our town, which was soon to meet the same fate.
God have mercy.
And then death descended on Skalitz.
Ładnie nam idzie. Niemiec. A, powiem to.
Father told me to take shelter in the castle while he went to get mother. She was stranded in the town, surrounded by Sigismund's butchers. And then I saw him knocking down one Cuman after another. I never saw him fight like that. But then the leader of Sigismund's raiding party, a knight in full armour, saw father and charged at him. He cut down my father without a thought. And then he turned on my mother. And he murdered her in cold blood.
You poor boy. May the Lord have mercy on their souls.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle.
Kurczę, jeszcze.
I no longer heard any sounds of battle coming from the castle, so Sigismund's army must have regrouped and started preparing for siege.
No doubt you're right.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I had Sir Radzig's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her. I wanted there to be at least one person I'd helped. And I succeeded, even though it almost cost me my life. After that, I stole a horse from them and rode off.
Like a valiant knight.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years? And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep. I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
Fajne, ciekawe te rozmowy są. No i ten system retoryki. Ale dobrze nam poszło. Kurdan będzie chciał się zemścić, nie? Ale musi się trochę rozwinąć.
What's happening? Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
Ja nawet nie mam miecza, nie? Bo ten jest fabularny. Idź do Blanki? Schodami w bramie? Co to jest ta Blanka? Dobra, mam pochodnie. Jeśli potrzebujesz w nocy światła, użyj swej pochodni przytrzymując, a najlepiej użyj eliksiru Nocny Jastrząb. Co ty gadasz? Mam taki eliksir w ogóle? Okej. Broń, strzała tu jest, przedmioty fabularne. Aha, w sobie on ma tutaj miecz, ale to jest jako fabularka. No to tym chyba nie mogę, chociaż niby mogę walczyć, ale nie mogłem go wtedy wyjąć, to jest dziwne. Odwar z nagietków. Nie no, nie mam czegoś takiego. Inwentarz, zobaczysz wszystko. Tak. Zmienić ubiór swojej postaci. No wszystko fajnie, ale ja tu nic nowego nie mam. To jest dopiero początek. Serio? Mógłbym już coś zdobyć? Bo tu był ten miecz, no ale spoko. No to teraz tak. Mam pochodnie, no i ładnie. Tylko czy ona się kończy? Czy ona jest po prostu O, włamywanie, bardzo łatwe. Ja bym sprawdził to włamywanie. Nie masz wytrychu, no nie wierzę. Nic nie mam. Jestem gołodupcem. Ej, ale mega ta noc. No ciekawe jak bez pochodni, zaraz sprawdzimy. No bez pochodni? No coś tam widać od tych źródeł światła, ale tak to ogólnie mało. Fajnie nam tam punkty na retoryce też poszły, nie? A, sen i zapis tu jest. Dobra, gdzie ja mam się dostać? Schodami w bramie. Ale nic się złego tu nie dzieje, nie? No chyba tutaj.
Keep your old wives' tales to yourself. Anyway,
Z kapitanem.
like six.
Oj. Serio tamci tu nas najadą teraz? No to my nie mamy spokoju.
Prepare for the worst.
Dobra,
Don't
jest.
be daunted by their numbers. Heed my commands, and all will end well.
Zygmunt?
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmberg in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Jivish sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And Sir Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get here, won't we?
Aye, we will.
God be with you.
Halt! Who goes there?
Lucifer and all his minions! Who else, Rubber?
Sir Radzig. What a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir. He is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Radzig, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
Thank God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left us storming the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
But sir!
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover.
I'll lock him up here as if he were Hovel of Baldic. I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will. And good luck to you and your people too. These are dark times. Move out! Anywhere, people! Move out! It's only a short way to Rattay now.
No i dobra historia, fajne dialogi. Autentyczni ludzie. Mega. Mega. Jest naprawdę sztos.
Sort out the watches between you as always. And if I catch anyone boozing, playing dice or slacking off, I'll personally break every bone in his body. I want you to keep a close eye on everything nearby. Sigismund will surely have sent spies, and likely men as well, to follow the Skalitz people now he knows they've fled. Keep your eyes peeled and report everything to me at once. Understood?
So. Dobra.
Henry, I need to have a word with you.
Jasne. Ale kurde, te tekstury, mega żyletka, nie?
What is it you need?
I could use an extra pair of eyes, and yours are keen. Will you keep watch on the battlements with my men?
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yes to.
Of course I'll help. I have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid. And don't worry, I'll tell the men to relieve you later.
May the Lord watch over you.
Jasne. Dobra, gdzie mamy stanąć? Tam jest ta kuchnia. Trzymaj straż na blankach. Ale mamy jakiś taki cel, czy tutaj? No to jest ta kuchnia. O, jeszcze mamy 2 miejsca w innym zamku tam. Kurde, ale jaja. To też ciekawe, nie? Że tutaj nam takie znaki zapytania dają. Talmberg. To jest ta równa. No i Skalica, niby jest cały czas dostępna. Może tam będę mógł wrócić, jak się uspokoi. Myślę, że tak, nie? Oby jeszcze wtedy te ciała może były, może jakiś taki pogrzeb, pochować rodziców. No, co my mamy robić? Czekamy? Z strażnikiem pogadam.
What do you think about how the Skalitz folk managed to flee the siege?
Thank the Lord. I thought it was Sigismund descending on us.
It seems everyone thought that.
Well, we were all expecting the worst. And the truth is, I'm still worried what will happen when Sigismund comes here. And come he will, of that I'm sure. I just hope we'll be as fortunate when we're face to face with that fucker. By the way, Henry, my condolences.
Thank you.
Wandering around like a stray sheep must be your first watch, eh? I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning. I'll show you what's what.
I will. Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Trzymaj straż. Jeśli musisz na coś zaczekać, możesz przyspieszyć upływ czasu. Naciśnij i ustaw, ile godzin chcesz pominąć. Uwaga, przyspieszając czas wzrasta twoje zmęczenie i głód, jasne. No dobra, to się idę oprzeć tutaj o ogrodzenie. Fajnie, że z nimi pogadałem, bo bym tak się pałętał. Czyli tak, tu możemy przyspieszyć czas. Okej. Ile czasu ma minąć? No jakoś tak sensownie, nie? Strawa, energia 60 4 godziny chociaż wystarczy? Chyba, że tu się dzieją już takie rzeczy. O, wcześniej, dobra. No i gra. Gdzie lecicie? Poczekaj do rana. Kieruj się na mury Na podzamczu coś się dzieje. Kolejny odcinek znajdziesz na środku ekranu. Dzięki za oglądanie i wspieranie kanału. Do zobaczenia!